I'm going to talk about planters and bedding and where to actually put your veg. Now, if you're stuck for space, the postman. I've showed you these before. These are really good for planting potatoes. Also other things like maybe courgettes, because courgettes actually take up quite a lot of room. If you have a narrow space, you could maybe use these rectangular tubs. Most of them actually don't come with holes drilled in them, so you just have to make sure that you drill your holes for drainage, or else your plants will flood, obviously. And then get loads of these in the likes of Home Bargains and B&M for maybe £1. So pretty cheap. I can tell you what not to buy. These are potato tubs, but look how small they are, and they're marketed really well, and you see them online and they pull up the thing and it's just packed full of potatoes. You don't get very many potatoes out of these. So this was actually about 12 quid. Total waste of money. You'd be better buying a bin. I'll show them to you in a minute. You'd be better buying a bin in Home Bargains for 6 quid, which is much bigger. You just drill holes in it. I would stay away from these fancy looking potato tubs. I'm now going to take you a walk around my garden and just show you some of the types of bedding that I have, and how you can turn wasteland into some sort of bed. Basically, when I moved in, this whole area was just covered with all sorts. So that was cleared, and pretty much every winter it grows over again. So I've actually just cleared this. Well, most of it still needs a lot of work, as you can see. Still lots of weeds. But once you clear an area like this, you can just rotivate it, add some manure, soil or whatever. And I also put these guards up round the side, because it stops the weeds from growing in from the sides, because usually the weeds grow along the path areas. If you want to start without digging up stuff, you can buy yourself some sleepers. So I got these from Aldi and Fisher. I think it was maybe £40 for 4, can't quite remember. So you basically just join them and drill some holes, and that'll make you a nice rectangular bed, or whatever shape you want really. And you just put cardboard or newspaper down, and that'll kill the grass, and then you can plant over the top of that. Now, I would be quite creative in what I stick plants in. These old shopping baskets I borrowed from my mother, and I plant radishes in those. Now they need weeded at the minute. I also saw an old bathtub in a skip, so I asked the owner if I could have it, and he was like, yeah, that's fine. So drilled some holes in that. Basically, if the container is drillable, you can turn it into a planter. Unless you cover your beds properly over the winter, they're going to end up looking like this. Now, I did have some weed fabric over, but if you don't cover it, basically the weeds grow out and it ends up looking awful. This is all the weeds pulled out, and then I got my rotavator and I turned over the soil. Alternatively, do this. You could build stones and have a nice setting like that. And then a friend, he's just dug up his back garden in a grassy area. So you can just make it as simple or as difficult as you want. Bins, holes drilled in the bottom, grow carrots. You could do your cabbages in one of the raised beds. And this is what my garden looked like last summer.